afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another special remote edition of the Lunchbox, coming to you live today from Heritage Restaurant in fabulous Flagler Village in Fort Lauderdale. How's that for alliteration, Jeff Defo DeForest?
Very nice. I didn't know there was anything back here. I blow by this area all the time on my way to various destinations, and you make it right, and next thing you know, well, you're in culinary heaven, it turns out.
Yeah, no, we're here. It is in this developing, fast, fashionable, trendy neighborhood of Flagler Village, which is kind of like, I'd say about a mile north of the Las Olas and Broward Boulevard corridors here.
I mean, it's just off the path. Just off the path.
Yeah. And we've got
easy to find. Mike
Lubie Lubitz here. We're fired up on the hotspot today, and we're here at Heritage, and we're going to be joined momentarily by the man, the myth, the legend himself, young chef named Rino Cerbone.
Made a spectacular entrance into the restaurant. And
he's a dashing figure. We're going to kick Lubie out, get Lubie out of here. We're going to get Rino in here. He's got his he's mingling with guests already. It's open for lunch service.
I mean, tremendous enthusiasm.
Yeah, here we
for
go.
This.
No
one sings
kick
the praises.
Lubie out and let Rino, the star of the show here, come sit down on a lunchbox. Again, Heritage Restaurant, for those who don't know, it's at 903 Northeast 5th Avenue in Flagler Village. And it's been open a little over, almost 4 years now. Is that right?
February will be 4 years.
February will be 4 years. Let's get the mic up. There you go.
Let's get it right there.
We got you. How are you today, Rino? First of all, thank you so much for doing this, brother. I mean, I know,
of course,
it's it gets a little hectic in here, even for lunch service, and it's a cozy spot. So I appreciate you giving up the time and the tables for us to do a show.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you know Jeff Defo DeForest, longtime broadcaster, sports talker in town.
Yeah. I was going to say, nobody sings the praises in more melodious terms of Heritage than Mike Mayo.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he's not an easy out. I mean,
trust me. I mean, I know that. I remember when I first.
He'll criticize his
ex-wife. I asked if he was gonna be a pain in my ass, but we ended up becoming very good friends.
Well, because how could I not appreciate what you're doing here? I mean, for those who don't know, it's. I'll let you describe it. How would you describe your cooking, your cuisine, and what's going on here at Heritage? Are you guys eating during the day?
I love
not only that, it's on you.
Absolutely, but I love that.
Oh, you weren't aware of that?
No, I think this is great. I didn't know you guys eat during the thing. This makes it even better.
We call it the Lunchbox, and we eat, we chat. It's like not a traditional thing because that's the beauty of the internet these days. So
perfect. I love it. So get comfortable.
Here's what happened, though, Reno. We saw this salad delivered to the table over there. And the two young ladies there are splitting it. And I looked at this presentation. I thought, Mayo, get us one of those. I mean, that looks phenomenal.
You guys want some water also?
Oh, we're gonna get some water.
Stack. Do I have to beat some ass already?
No, it's all right.
We'll get a camera.
I like
get some
sparkling.
Water.
I don't mind paying $1 per person for the filtered water.
Listen,
you had to bring it up.
I'm sure we have a lot to cover. So believe me, and I can't wait.
Here, I've got these.
He rarely comes with notes or preparation.
So
I love this.
Before we get into the food, first of all, the salad. Defo said it looked great. He's a salad guy. Me, you can tell, not so much salad.
Listen, you need a little salad.
But I'm always looking for a place that has like a great, innovative salad. That I mean, this. You can taste it before we even try it.
Thank you, Angelo.
It looks fantastic.
Beautiful. Yeah. We're gonna take some pictures, Lubie, and we'll put it up on our social.
Listen, the next time you come, you gotta have the Italian wedge also. The Italian wedge.
What's this one called now?
This is the Italian chop. So this one, it's got
beautiful
provolone. It's got salami. It's got mortadella with pistachio, of course. It's got grana padano grated on top, some cherry peppers, marinated tomatoes. Iceberg, some.
Here, I'm going to serve you.
You're going to crack that one, yeah.
Well, I'm going to serve you.
Very nice, man.
Come here, let me
help you out French service.
You want a little bit?
No, not me.
All right.
What about Lubie over here?
Lubie's in.
We let him eat after the show. We box it up and
send
sent it home with him because that's usually how he rolls.
Yeah,
he always has looks of panic and alarm that we're going to eat everything before we get it to him. But here, I'll put a little on a plate for Lubie because it's so good. And
don't worry,
he can produce and eat at the same time, just the way I could talk and eat at the same time. But All right. Well, you alluded to, and I alluded to it, the fact that online you have a distinctive persona, and just as I do with the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group, which was simulcast. We simulcast the show daily on the Let's Eat group.
Oh, good. I hope there's some of you watching.
121,000.
Am I allowed to curse on this thing?
We usually enforce the Let's Eat rules, so we try to keep it PG-13, but sometimes we slip. Sometimes we slip.
There might be some
We try to
slippage.
say crap instead of shit. We try to say freak instead of okay. I already slipped. So
Instead of frack. Freak and frack.
Yeah, you have to stop drinking before the show. No, this is delicious.
Good.
Reno.
Really
Absolutely
good.
fantastic.
Enjoy it. My pleasure.
Great.
So Reno,
All right, sorry,
okay,
go with the
let's
question.
get
Go
back.
ahead.
We got to cover a lot of ground.
Yeah, let's
We're
go.
also going to have some fun because what I've done is in the Jimmy Kimmel mean tweets
Love
vein,
it.
I've printed out a lot of the 1-star reviews that were bestowed upon Heritage and you on Yelp, which is your favorite
But I hope you got
forum.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do later on in the show, and interspersed throughout the show, actually, let's start now. And you're gonna
We're just diving right into this. This is my favorite.
You're going to read, and all right, I'll real quickly. This is one of my favorite restaurants in Fort Lauderdale. He does modern Italian.
Yeah.
He grew up the son of a pizza maker. His father owned Pizza Time in Coral Springs.
Correct.
I should allow you to tell your story, but I want to get to this good stuff.
Whatever you want. I'm just following your lead.
Okay. I'm going to have you read the mean review, the 1-star review. You'll say who it's from and when. And then sight unseen, Defo is going to play the part of Reno responding on Yelp. And you will see. And I'll let him read the review first.
You have the right response?
For weeks. As soon as he agreed to this, I was like, this is going to be
just
great.
eat and drink and be merry. Come on, man. What do you got going on? Let's
There's
try
a point to this,
Yeah,
Defo,
all right.
because we're going to talk about social media.
I love it. I love this. This is where I thrive. I'm a very confrontational person, I've been told, and I love it just because this shit's also stuff. Sorry, this
Wow,
stuff
look at
is
this.
also funny.
Wow,
Oh
man.
yeah,
Look at that.
Mayo.
I took the liberty of ordering the whole menu.
Go
but
ahead.
it's
Mayo.
Mayo. And before, okay, so first of
That
all,
was the one
before
you,
we get
talked
to
about.
these ridiculous pans, let's give the raves because
Let's
this
go. That looks phenomenal.
Malfaldini Bolognese is one of my favorite dishes in town.
Wow.
Defo's a big Bolognese fan.
Perfect.
And this
That
is
looks spectacular.
tremendous.
Mayo Man
good
described it yesterday on the show, and I thought, wow, what an innovative concept. And so far, so good, Reno. Man,
I think you're gonna enjoy it.
Bucatini with clams. Can you describe the bucatini with the clams?
So the bucatini with clams, I put that on the menu because my dad loves linguine and clams, right? Vongole. So what I wanted to do is I just wanted to put my own little modern twist on it a little bit. Traditionally you don't see a little touch of cream added in it and stuff like that, but I wanted to do that just to kind of tie everything together. You just see the same thing always all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't reinvent the wheel. I just added a little touch of cream just for a little bit more depth.
Sweet.
Just so you get some nice creaminess with the bucatini noodles. And then I added the breadcrumb that I toasted, that I seasoned with Parmesan cheese and some spices, just to kind of give a little bit of that oreganata flair look into it. And it just all comes together. Once the breadcrumbs, everything hits the cream sauce, and you get it all on a fork, it's got some nice textures to it. Has a little bit more body and a little bit more depth.
We're going to get to eating it in a second, but first, let's dispense with the first mean review.
All right, let's go. But do you have the proper response?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Oh, yes.
Defo's going to read it. He's
All
never
right.
read these before.
Let
He
me see
doesn't
this
know
thing.
what you're like. No, all right, go ahead.
You're going to surprise me?
Oh, go ahead.
So this particular one I remember.
Yeah,
this guy wasn't even in my place.
He really.
Oh no!
wasn't?
Wait a minute. Is this? Hold on, wait.
No,
is this
no.
David
There's another
J?
one. There's another one. Just read the mean
Okay.
review, and then
Places
we'll give you the response.
Places
Be
a
patient with
dump.
him.
Sorry, I get really excited.
No,
with this.
I mean, when he's explaining things, it takes him forever, especially when there's food in front of him.
because
So,
he's a writer.
very strange. Yeah.
He's very
This is
very
broadcasting. This is
and
broadcasting.
very
detail.
articulate and detailed,
Yes,
which is good because I'm a detail-oriented person. All right, 1-star review from David J. Place is a dump filled with rude staff and bad, tasteless, mediocre food.
Okay, I mean this was August of this year. This is recent.
I could see
Yeah,
that.
this is August 30th.
This is a recent review.
Wow.
All right, I'm going to have him read the response, and then we'll get a little bit of an explanation about your whole philosophy. All
I'll
right,
tell you.
Jeff Defo
All right.
DeForest.
Man
this is
asserts that the
reply-
place is a dump and the food sucks.
Here's the reply from Reno.
Your significant other is a dump and your life is tasteless and mediocre. And you're so mad about it. The train passes by very often, as it does here. Take a nap on the tracks.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, okay, Reno.
That's classic.
that kind of comment and response would actually get you suspended for a little bit on the Let's Eat group because, we have a rule of
recommendation of violence. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
so
you could take that rule and shove it. I love you guys, but sorry. I mean, we're having a great lunch. We have a great time. You could shove it right up. You know what?
All right, so explain your philosophy, because a lot of people in the hospitality business, they were trained with the customer is always right.
Wrong.
Kill them with kindness.
Bullshit stuff. Sorry. Bull crap.
Turn the other cheek.
Nope. Come back around and slap them with the other. Slap around as soon as the other cheek comes around.
How and why has this become your kind of trademark now? And is it the same in person? And let me ask you, start with this. Did this person register any displeasure when he was actually physically in the restaurant?
No. So this person is an Uber driver.
Okay.
That was driving around with his, I think, girlfriend or whatever it was. He didn't even eat here, but he got mad. He got mad. See, and this is what we face, because you never know what's true and what's not anymore, right?
Oh, right.
So this guy came in. His name is David Jones.
Oh,
he came in. Yeah, I'm a psychopath. Okay, and I know this.
And his name is Rino Cerbone.
My name is Rino Cerbone.
And mine is Michael Mayo. I always put my full name out there. People know how they can get in touch with me.
So he came in, and we were busy, and I had reservations, and he decided in his flip flops and gross t-shirt and looking like he needed a shower to sit down right in the middle of the dinner rush. He decided to sit down on what we call table 11, and my server kindly just said, "My friend, if you're waiting for an order, if you don't mind just waiting by the door, we'll bring it to you as soon as it's ready, because we need the table available for a reservation." Right. Now, this is the second review he left. If you find the first review, which I could find it for you,
I probably have it in this pile, unbeknownst to everybody. But
you're serving mail guy.
He said that this was a whites only establishment.
Oh, that one I didn't print out.
No,
I didn't see
I
that
have
one.
it. I
could get it. Yelp removed it.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, they didn't.
Oh, okay.
Wow, and I'm so glad, because my response was great.
Okay.
Because then that's what happens. Like, some of my greatest responses have gotten removed. But anyway, so
can't see how that happens.
I get suspended all the time. I get suspended all the time.
That was great.
Well, listen. So this particular driver, so he left, and we're a whites only establishment. My server was rude. The place is dark and dingy, and blah 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 blah. He didn't even eat here. Okay. He's a driver,
delicious, by the way. Wow.
Thank you.
Wow.
Enjoy it.
Wow.
But he made it sound like he did eat here, and he made it sound like he was a patron, and he made it sound like he had this experience. So he didn't. And what other people do too, I'm onto your crap, people. Okay. If you come in and you have a bad experience and I throw you out, because I do it face to face, whatever you read here, I'll also do it to your face. They'll get their friends to, listen, even if they haven't been here, leave this guy a review. He's an ass, or blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, go ahead. I'll just call you guys out too. It doesn't matter.
Now let me stop you, because so you actually do sometimes remove people, or
I just did last Saturday. Yeah.
And does this terrify people and make people leery of coming in here, or should they be?
No, what it does. So
it weeds out the jerks.
So it's exactly right. So here's what it does. People think that it does harm. It does the exact opposite. I swear to God, this isn't me just talking and saying, because I'm sure people are going to get behind the keyboard. Of course he's going to say that, blah, 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 because that's what you morons do. But anyway, it really weeds out the jerks, and it gets the bad energy out, and only good energy comes in. And through that, I swear to God, through that, I have the best clients. I have the best guests that I see sometimes twice a day. I'll see them for lunch, and I'll see them for dinner.
Wow.
And then I'll get the people that I haven't even eaten here, but I read your responses. I knew I had to come in, and by the time we're taking pictures and have a good time. Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Why didn't you guys space this out a little bit? Jeez.
No, don't blame it on them. I said drop it all, because we like having a full table for the show.
You guys just got saved. I was about to go nuts.
And it's not like I'm going to leave a bad review and say the food was cold, because...
Well, you never know, right? Right? Then you'll have these two ladies that will come, and that they'll just... and they won't stop bullshit. Oh, God. Sorry.
It's all right. We're going to give a special dispensation to Reno, because he's like... I don't know. I guess you grew up here, but I'm from Brooklyn. Defo's from Brooklyn. And cursing is part of our native.
Every other word. It was like a comma.
It
was like a comma.
It's emphasis. Yeah. You guys have heard this example. If I say I'm hungry, it just sounds like I could eat. If I say I'm effing hungry, I got to eat now before I start
you're
punching.
Serious.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, so it weeds out, going back to what we were saying before, it weeds out the bad guests, and only good energy comes in. And that's
what is the type of behavior that gets one asked to leave?
if you are rude to my staff,
Define rude.
rude, just condescending tone, doing, just not having respect to look
If
at them
they
in the eye.
snap the fingers and
Snapping
say,
the fingers.
"Garçon,
No, no,
I
no.
need my check
You're out.
immediately." Right.
You're out. You're out. Don't snap your fingers. They're not a dog. I take pride not only in my food, but I love my team. I've made this team. We eat together, we drink together, we go out together, we spend holidays together. We spend more time with each other than we do our own families a lot of the times. So me being, Big Papa Bear, I take very much offense if someone is rude to my crew, especially when the only thing I ask them is that, listen, just try to exhaust every possibility for, to make them happy. And if we can't, then I'll take care of the rest. But if they're rude right off the cuff, which happens a lot, you're already dead in the water. You're already dead in the water.
Is it a certain demographic or age? I don't want to make generalizations. It's just some people are.
That's a good question.
Because look, as a restaurant reviewer, and I've been around, and I know different areas. I mean, I know that Boca can be an especially tough area to be a restaurant.
Which I was there for a long time.
At your father's place?
Yeah.
At Pizza Time.
Yeah. But but here's the thing. It's really simple though. You know what those demanding clients want.
Right.
They're older.
Right.
They like what they like. They want
like
the
good
same
value
thing.
because a lot of them are on fixed incomes or things like that.
Whatever
so some
it is.
people are about the quantity and not the quality, and some people are about the price and the value and
a lot of people want to complain about Boca. And it's a tough crowd. But you know what though? It was easy for me again because everything was always very relationship based. Once you make them happy. I mean, this business has made me have so many beautiful friends and relationships from coming in and just having lunch. And then by the time you know it, I'm out having cocktails with that same guest that I met maybe a few months ago. It's a beautiful thing. That's the beauty about this business, right?
It still is the hospitality. And let me put in a good word for you because some people might, you can be intimidating with your responses.
Be careful. You're going to have a serious thread on Let's Eat South Florida, Mike. I know that I get hundreds and hundreds of comments.
It's okay. Hey, look,
I love it.
I've been known to stir the pot myself maybe once or twice. I am also one of those polarizing figures. Some people think well, even Defo thinks I'm insufferable and arrogant.
Disparaging, very disparaging.
Yeah,
but
God, I love you. I knew that's why I loved you.
What's funny, though, I mean, there's no way that anybody could have a complaint about any of this stuff. I mean, I'm not saying that because I'm here. Mayo is raving about the place. Everybody, I go by the consensus on Let's Eat South Florida, so I'd be uninclined to, although the curiosity, I guess, would be with Yelp. And, people come from out of town. That might be a place that they consult.
Right.
And then they see you going back and forth with these people. But the truth of the matter is there would be no reason to complain.
I've become like a tourist trap, though. These people travel, and they're like, we read your reviews. We know we had to
bringing
come
more
here.
stuff here.
Beautiful.
Mayo. What the heck?
No, it's good. It's good.
I'm sorry, Reno. I went a little nuts. And
I love it.
Since we've first talked about the food, we've had the long hot pepper, stuffed pepper. Sweet.
It's a sweet pepper. Yeah.
You need to try that, Michael.
Yeah,
right here on the show.
Believe me, I've tried it about 5 times. I love this dish. It's what's it stuffed with?
It looks
there?
great. Wow.
So I do. A lot of people would use like the same thing they use for arancini. They would use probably like like a risotto kind of filling. I use regular white rice because I want a little bit of that sticky, kind of feeling. It's got wagyu beef, peas that I saute in wine, shallots, garlic, crushed tomatoes, fontina and provolone, parmigiano, fresh mozzarella. Did I say wagyu beef already? I did.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And it's in there.
Yeah.
Then we have the short rib that we braise.
This is an item I've never had
It's
before,
delicious.
and I
It's
think
delicious.
I might regale you or maybe horrify you. One of the trademarks of the Lunchbox show, Reno, is even though I'm a man of distinguished taste and have won awards for my restaurant critiques, I also do what's known as the Mike Mayo Monster Bite, where I go Joey Chestnut and try to jam a whole sandwich into my mouth in one bite.
Seems like it would defeat the purpose of the great flavors that you put into this.
I would have got one of those face pumps in case you choke. Can you do me a favor? But it's okay. I have a plunger just in case. I have a plunger just in case.
It's pure.
We'll save that for later in the show because
you're gonna shove that whole thing in your mouth.
Not the whole thing. Maybe just half.
Come on, do it.
Maybe Lubie will cut it for me, and I'll
before you get full.
Whatever you want.
Stuff.
Well, maybe this is just
also
don't choke.
we got the fungi.
You mean the cafeteria pizza? You mean the cafeteria that came straight
what
from the
type of
commissary?
pizza did that? Okay, you're referring to a negative review that was posted on several forums, including Let's Eat. I also found it on Open Table or last week.
It's probably the same person. They like to copy and paste.
And it looked like her table mate also chimed in on Open Table and at least gave more details about the wine.
Yeah, that's our good
discrepancy.
friend Clara from last week. You miserable pain in the ass.
Tell me about Clara. Okay,
Rino Cerbone, 903
without
Northeast Fifth
naming
Avenue.
or
Sorry.
you're gonna shame somebody, but
I
were
just
they
said Clara.
were they a pain during service?
Yes.
Okay, but so I mean, basically they registered some displeasure. What happened?
Well, not to the point. They didn't show displeasure like in that
During
way
the
about the product.
Okay.
They were just snooty.
Okay.
My server is awesome. His name is Renown. He's fantastic. He's a fantastic server, and he loves making people comfortable. These were, as a matter of fact, it's funny that we said Boca before because he goes, they must have been from, he's Cuban. They must have been from Boca Raton. These ladies were impossible. And I'm like, don't freak out. Don't worry about it. Because I know that he's one of those guys that he's going to go the extra mile to make sure that they're happy.
Right.
So they didn't complain about anything. But what they did complain about was this dish in particular, which
Really?
can I tell you, the bowl was wiped clean. There
Wiped
wasn't
clean.
a morsel
And
of
it's
food.
not, like you said, not a traditional linguine with white clams.
No.
It's got a little creaminess.
Yep.
It's got
Looks delicious.
breadcrumbs
Yep.
and some micro herbs on
Yep.
top sprinkled. I mean, it's an absolutely delicious dish.
Yeah.
I can serve it to you, Defo, if you'd like.
This is all good. Yeah, no, I like the fact
You
that
eating, my friend?
you're using French service techniques
Make sure
today.
you eat.
yeah, here we go. Here, let me
Fully
get.
nice, sensational. Reno,
Thank you.
sensational.
So what ended up happening? Well, they ended up writing reviews on
So
various.
they ended up right. So
It's
they
like
ended
a Mayo
up.
portion there.
So they
My
ended up
God.
writing.
Right, that's
So
good.
they ended up writing, and they started off at the bar with a bottle of wine. They were great.
Okay.
My server John was taking care of him at the
nice.
bar. He was working the bar that night. They move over to table 12, and they were just snooty. They didn't complain about anything.
Right.
They didn't.
And they didn't mention this alleged discrepancy between
With the water?
the wine. Apparently, they said
It
the
was
wine was one price on the
$2
menu.
or $3.
I think I read details from the other one on Open Table, and she said it was listed at $59, but the receipt said $61.
Oh my God! I'll tell you what. I got cash. Come and get it.
Okay, but look, that's a valid point. When you go out, you want the printed menu to have
Right.
reflect an accurate price, so people can feel a little bit.
You're a writer.
nickel and
You never
dime.
made a typo.
Yeah, of
It's
course
a
I did.
typo.
Okay,
So sue us. I got good lawyers. But just,
You need
Come
to put
on.
this guy on the
Did
Let's
they-
See page. man.
did
Yeah.
they point it out at the time of
they
service?
did not.
Okay,
They did not.
And if they did, you probably would have given them the $2 off, or taken $2 out of your
I'll
pocket.
give you. I would have taken it out of my pocket. Oh yeah, I do that too. I take cash. I slam it on the table. Whatever it is. I'll
they
do
complain
whatever.
about the
Have
dollar.
another. Listen. Here's the beauty about this business. Okay. Here's another beauty about this business. It's just dinner.
Yeah,
If you're cool,
right.
right? It's a reciprocal emotional thing here, right? If you're cool and you have a great vibe, the beauty about this business, we could fix it right there.
Yes.
Immediate. This is one of those very few businesses that we can literally just go, "Hey, Mimi, sorry, I didn't see it. Well, I love you. Hey, you know how you doing? I'm a big shot. You know what I mean? How you doing? How you
Big
doing? How you
shot.
doing? I didn't even see you walk in. Enjoy. Anyway,
He touches every
so
table, by the way.
I
This
do.
is one of the things
I do.
that one of the reasons I love your place, Reno,
Yeah.
is because you're not one of those absentee chefs. You didn't just
I'm
leave
here.
it to your staff.
Which
You're
is why
open
I
5
know.
days a week. You
That's why I
take
know everybody.
yeah, right. and he's either expediting
Yep.
or he's sometimes making actual pizzas or he's
Yep.
on the line and he's peeking out. The way this restaurant is set up, I would imagine deliberately, so
Yep.
that you always have eyes on every
On
table.
everything. I just don't have eyes in just that little corner and just those seats, but I always come and peek.
Yep.
Where these particular two women were. But anyway, again, we could fix anything. If you have a good vibe and you're kind,
Right.
no problem. We could and then we could sit and cheers and have fun and BS about it, right? Because but it's all about the delivery.
And it drives me wild when people go on after the fact without saying a peep during the experience. It's number one pet peeve of restaurateurs,
Yeah.
people in the business, and people like myself that feel for the business. And I'm a paying customer, Defo. I like to get good
once
value.
in a while he pays.
Sure.
Yeah, once in a while.
You know what's amazing? I mean, honestly, the innovation that you've put forth in these dishes
Thank you.
is incredible.
Thank you.
Like you can't get this stuff anywhere else.
No,
which,
That's
I mean,
what's made it distinct. Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to do that. There's when I was first opening this place, people are like, you're going to open up
tremendous also. The class.
Thank you.
Wow,
an Italian restaurant in Fort Lauderdale in the sea of
nothing like it.
Italian restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, but it's not my Italian restaurant, so I'm not worried about it. And that's why menu is small and it's focused and whatever, because I want everything to be done
Really
right.
perfect. Yeah.
So I digress. So the thing is that we could fix anything. in that moment, as long as the delivery and the exchange is also kind, right? You know, because again, like, you know, touch on the thing that you said before, our industry has become the ass kissing industry. Okay.
Right.
And that's got to stop.
Yeah.
It's got to stop because we are giving a service. When you come in, you are a guest in our home. Would you go to your friend's house and just start, I don't like your rug.
I do that all the
So you're
time.
a pain in the ass, Mike. I don't like your rug. What painting is that?
I think that makes for a food critic. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
annoying.
It's annoying.
And it's not hospitable. I mean, it's not being a good guest.
No.
Yeah.
That, which is why I do guest ratings.
Right.
Because it's like, come, just be cool. Just be
But
cool.
this is available now. Is the dinner menu similar to what you have at lunch? Or,
yeah, well, so I have an array of paninis
this is
that are
amazing
not
array
available.
of stuff for lunch. I mean,
This
amazing. Yeah.
this is only for dinner, but we made it for you for lunch. This is available for lunch because people go nuts.
Yeah.
All the pizzas are all day because pizza is a great lunch and dinner food. This is lunch and dinner, and yeah, that's kind of.
But I've been in before where if I want something, you know, from the dinner menu, and it's not just because it's me. It's like a lot of times you seem to be in the yes business. You're not like some other. I'm not going to name places or other chefs.
Yeah.
But like if somebody asks for grated Parmesan cheese for the clams,
right?
You'll give it to them, or yes or no?
Of course. Well, first off, I do it. Oh, that's another thing,
right?
That this particular person said.
Right,
industrial graded
about that.
Well, I mean, because you're bringing it up,
right?
The industrial graded. I got a big machine right there that we got a guy.
She was
a poor guy.
She was asserting that it was like Kraft Parmesan cheese from the store, like in a shaker,
even
which is
when
ridiculous.
Even when I get imported goods, it's not about. Oh, listen, you know why I got those shakers? Let me tell you why. I got those shakers.
I don't even know what the shakers are. But
they look like the little pizzeria shakers.
Yeah.
You know the glass ones? Let me tell you why I got the
stylish.
shakers. Yeah. You pains in the asses. I'm going to tell you why. Because I was giving it in a nice little ramekin with a spoon.
Right.
And someone else was like, it's open, but people are breathing on it, and it's open. And then they go to grab the spoon, and the spoon falls. So we can't win. Shaker's no good. Open, nice little beautiful ramekin
I like
is no
the little
good.
ramekin with the spoon.
Then, God forbid, if we go with the actual thing and grate it, you're touching it with your hands. Choke. Choke on all the cheese possible. Choke on it. I hope you're lactose intolerant. I hope you're going to run to the bathroom after. Eat all the cheese. All right?
Reno. Can you do the show every day?
Absolutely.
The point,
I mean, you definitely have to be a regular. Yeah.
Is like there are certain Italian restaurants in town where the chef is adamant that no cheese shall ever be put on seafood or clams.
That's stupid.
And I've said it to Steve before. I mean, I was like, it's subjective. Some people like a little. He's like, oh, you get enough saltiness from the clam itself. I was like, it's not about the saltiness. Some people like the creaminess of the cheese.
Correct.
And like for here, I would maybe hit this with definitely the pepper flakes. I would maybe hit it with a little cheese just to. But not that it needs creaminess. I don't even know what
it needs nothing, here's the problem. It's like musicians, you know. You go there and you hear the greatest music, and then some critic wants to pick it apart.
Right.
The truth is, Reno, and we've eaten a lot of places, and they're all great. This is up there with any place that I've ever been in. A lifetime. I would have to say.
I really appreciate that.
And Mayo was right for a rare change. Mayo was right. Heritage is kicking ass.
Thank
man.
you.
I mean,
it is.
Thank
God. Thank God.
Let me ask how and why. What prompted you to start this place in this particular location with the type of food that you're doing?
So, I had the luxury, and I was very fortunate to open up several restaurants with my family. I took my teachings from there, and yes, I went to culinary school and did all that stuff, my travels. And I wanted to start my own thing a little bit. I just, as a chef, when you feel a little bit bored in what you're doing, it's time to change, right? So, but I always knew that I had to do other restaurants, and I always had the support of my family to do whatever I wanted. So, I wanted to do it here because I was in Boca, and I was all over the place. I was like, I should probably do this in Wynwood. I was looking at places in Wynwood. Everybody wanted me to open up in Miami.
Wynwood's gotten impossible rent-wise and everything.
No, but forget about that. It wasn't my vibe.
Okay.
I ended up in Fort Lauderdale for two reasons. Number one, I went to high school here in Fort Lauderdale, so I had a lot of friendships and a lot of relationships here, and it just felt very, very authentic for me to open up this restaurant here, and I wanted to do something in a weird location. And at the time,
this was pretty weird.
It was
a
garbage.
ghost town.
it was garbage.
But look what happens. It's like the early forerunners of Wynwood back when it was like clothing warehouse,
even
Austin
South Beach.
Burke,
So
right?
right, exactly. So I brought my parents to this location, unbeknownst to them, where I was looking, and my dad goes, "Are you out of your effing mind? You do not." He straight up told me, "You do not have my blessing. You are out of your mind. You're gonna just run yourself. This is gonna be a disaster." I said, "Just trust me. Just trust me. Just trust me." And he goes, "When I start seeing cranes, that's when I'll trust you." Well, I said, "Well, I've already executed the lease." So we went through the whole thing, and by the time I opened, because it took me 2.5 years to build this little place, it was an absolute nightmare. 2.5 years.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale permitting is known for being especially hellacious.
You know what, Fort
Wasn't
Lauderdale,
even that?
I'm going to cut you slack on that. It was my just awful GC. He was the worst thing. I hope he picked
he
a
steal
new
money?
career.
Did
No,
steal
he
money?
didn't even finish the job. I still have leaks from this guy. Awful GC. I hope he chose another career. You know who you are if you're watching.
Yeah.
Okay? You know who you are if you're watching. I hope you chose something else. Okay? Hope you're doing something else, because general contracting, not your thing.
Do you have a contract here? Just sign this guy right now for at least a weekly appearance. Come on, man.
Anyway,
Come on, man.
I'm telling you.
Wake up.
So
Why do you think I wanted to
This
come in
is
here?
what we need.
Defo?
This is what
you
we
might
need.
need 2 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna go overtime today.
All right,
There's
no
no
problem.
doubt about that. As long as you're in,
I'm in.
here.
I'm in. I have a beautiful team that's watching me laughing. And
And I love the vibe. Again,
Wait,
lunchtime. I like coming in
Nice
here for
buzz,
lunch.
yeah,
Come
nice
Come
buzz.
here.
I've been here for
peek
both
that cute little
lunch
face over here. Peek your
and
face.
dinner. Yeah, have him
Hold on, you got to meet this guy's got the face. He's a 40-year-old man with the face of baby Huey. Come here, just
come in.
my beautiful
down.
pizzaiolo.
Duck
Look
down.
at him.
There you
This
go.
is Pasquale. When you come in, don't break his chops. Love you. The best. He's the best.
You guys are open for lunch Wednesday through Friday.
No, every day.
Every day,
Wednesday to
through
Sunday.
Okay.
11:30 to 3. Dinner from 5 to 11.
Dinner from 5 to 11. Closed Monday, Tuesday.
Close Monday, Tuesday.
I like coming in here for lunchtime. I like the vibe in here.
This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
No, lunch is
Fantastic.
Dinner time, it gets a very
It
crowded.
gets crazy. It gets
and
crazy. Lunch
there's-
gets crazy
and-
too, but
and you got to turn the tables, and I'm mindful of that.
Pete,
I
can
don't
you make
like
a
to hang out
reservation
all
at
the-
lunchtime?
yeah.
Oh, you can. Okay, good.
You see, here's the thing about the turn the tables thing. That's not my vibe. If you
No,
want
but
to hang out,
but
oh,
I'm
you
mindful of
well,
it. I
that's
know
nice.
that you've
Yeah.
got other. Like, believe it or not, I'm actually a considerate human being.
He
and
can't wait for you to get up, by the way.
Seriously, Mike, can you hear up? I need all
you're
the
taking
tables.
up 3
1,
tables,
2,
for
3,
God's
4
sake.
tables.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass, but pain in the butt. Sorry.
Hey, you know what I loved about? I came in here just for a drink because we picked up some pizzas. Because this is how compassionate that my new companion is. She thinks of others, and Tom and his crew are
Really?
Just-
That's
Yeah,
right. With the Creole.
imparted
Tom
to
and
you?
his crew
No?
were dishing out Creole right down the block at Roxanne's. They were hungry and they're sick of eating jambalaya every day. So
Right.
Val was really nice and said, "Let's go over to Heritage and pick up some pizzas for those guys, and we'll have a drink at the bar."
That's
I
awesome.
come into the bar, and who's here? But 2 of my favorite people who had never been here before. It was their first time. Paula De Silva and
Yeah.
her wife Carissa. Paula, of course, is the culinary director at the Ritz Fort Lauderdale Beach.
Right.
And Carissa, great pastry chef now at the Marriott Harbor Beach, doing all the pastries for the property, including 3030.
Yeah.
They're a great couple. I'm
They
sure
are.
you knew them from previous
I
things.
never met. I've heard about them so often. Actually, my boy Phil Morrow, that's over there, who does the Greater Fort Lauderdale
Yeah.
Food and Wine
He
Festival.
says he's here 3 times a week.
at least.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't eat, he just comes and have an
And
espresso with me.
he knows places. I mean, it's
He's-
not like he's unaware.
He
Listen,
knows things.
You want to talk about? You want to talk about a beautiful human?
Yeah.
That guy right there is one of my favorite humans that I met through here again, and now we go out to
Speaking
dinner
of
together.
which, you guys, in conjunction with the
Yeah.
Visit Lauderdale, the Food and Wine Festival,
Yeah,
having
You got a
another
thing?
one of those collaboration
You got a free
dinners.
shirt out of this?
yeah,
But Phil and the Visit Lauderdale folks made a T-shirt merch
yeah.
that's commemorating. It sold out in 12 minutes.
12
you
minutes.
and
Tuan
Tuan,
from Miso.
right
Another
across the
beautiful
railroad
human.
tracks there. Miso Japanese Tapas
Yep.
opened up earlier this year. Great place.
Amazing.
Also, Lunchbox approved. We'll have to get in there for a show. Defo,
Yep.
some great.
No, you're starting to score some points here, Mayo. You were really losing it the last couple of weeks, but
today I'm back.
you've
in-
rebounded like the Miami Heat in the finals. I mean, just unbelievable.
So we've got the merch is now on sale on the VLFoodWine.com website, and
Yep.
you can commemorate if you're going or even not going the Miso and Heritage 10-23-23
Correct.
dinner, and that's going to be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a lot of fun, and that all this is for the Joe DiMaggio Children's Hospital. We'd like to, everything goes to them. I do the dinner in January every year. All the proceeds go to them.
So you do have a heart.
I do. Believe it or not, I do. I'm just Italian.
Somebody
right?
needs to speak the truth.
Listen,
Mayo,
I speak
somebody
the truth.
needs to speak
Here's
the
the way
truth.
we operate.
I love this guy.
We
so much.
love very, very hard, and there's nothing in the middle, and equally hate your guts just as hard. It's so you just gotta know where you're treading. If I love you, there's nothing I won't do for you. If I hate you,
and
I'll watch you burn in a
and
fire
so-
and make s'mores. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I hope everybody's typing right now. Type.
Paula and Carissa, they had apparently a fantastic time. We saw them at
Yes.
the end of the evening. We had a drink at
They
the
were
bar
here
with them.
for like 5 hours.
Oh, good.
They came in. I didn't even know that they were here. They were sitting at B1 and 2. And I mean, I saw people at B1 and 2, but it gets a little dark in here, and I didn't know it was them.
Right.
But I saw people over there. So as soon as I saw the last item go out, from the order, I waited a few minutes, and then as I do, make my rounds, and I turn around, and she turns around, and I look at her. She looks at me, and I was like, finally. And it happened. And she ended up staying for like another 2.5 hours having cocktails.
Is that gratifying when you see people in the biz and respected local
This is an
chefs?
industry hang. I have in the biz people here all day, every day, from bartenders, from servers to chefs, a lot of chefs. But I like also too, a lot of that happened because of this. A lot of this spawned from the rebuttals on Yelp and Google and all that stuff, because they're like, God, it's
They're like,
refreshing
finally,
because I
right?
have to kiss ass at my place.
Yeah, you would
or
think it would not be favorable.
All right, let's do the second one.
Let's
Here we
go.
go. Review number 2, Mean Reviews. This is review, and I'll let Reno read it.
Which one is this one?
This was
this is from 21.
Caridad G, just June of 21, I think.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah. I don't even
So-
remember what I said. I hope it's a good.
Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
here we go.
Read it out loud.
Here we go. So Cara de G from Hollywood. Please stay in Hollywood. Came here based on great reviews and Dave Portnoy's pizza review. Got here when the restaurant opened at 5 p.m. Waited over an hour to get 2 pizzas. Unbelievable. At least give us an accurate update on timeline. People that arrived after us were receiving their pizzas before us. Unreal. We'll never return again. Had to wait on server. Coming around twice to ask for an update. Customer service not good. Then got my pizza and asked the bartender to pay. Bartender was nasty.
There we go. All right, and here is the reply from Reno.
You
to
know what's
Caridad
funny?
G.
You know what's funny about this?
Okay.
That
Yeah.
even though it's 21,
What's that?
she was sitting right at B
He has a
B5.
memory of an elephant, folks.
I'm out of my mind. Okay, go
Let me
ahead.
see if I can be Reno.
Okay.
You want fast food? Go to Papa John's.
Boom.
Papa Zoo. My staff is welcoming and accommodates everyone. However, not rude, nasty, entitled individuals. Other people are smart enough to call their orders in. You asshole. No, he didn't put. I ad-libbed there. Don't come back because you'll be thrown out. We remember your smug face. Reply to this review at your own risk. Heritage guest rating, 1 fucking star.
That's right.
1 star.
Oh yeah. Oh, he just gave me the go. He just used the F word.
I had to give you
gotta
a green
go.
light on that one. Yeah.
Come on.
All rules
Mayo
are
brought
off
this
today.
up,
I
man. He brought it on
apologize to
himself.
the fine folks at the Sun Sentinel who
Gretchen just drove into that new pool they put
Gretchen
in
was
at the
on
Sun
Monday.
Sentinel. Yeah,
I think she'll understand.
You guys don't have one of those beep machines?
No, it's not radio. We don't
We're
have
just-
7-second delay.
We have it. Beep, beep, beep.
But you'll notice at the end of that one, Defo, he turns the tables. Like the way they give him 1 star, he turns
Yeah.
around, you rate your guests.
Yeah.
The ones that
Yeah.
leave these reviews.
Yeah.
Did you just think it was unfair because, why did other people get their pizzas before?
Because no. I will tell you, she was sitting right at B5, and then she had one of her little friends coming in with a backpack. I'll never forget, and came and had a
With a
couple of
backpack.
espresso martinis. Yeah, no, I'm out of my mind because I take it not personal that like we lose sleep. Because listen, I just want someone to know something right now. People are like, God, this guy must be such an angry individual. I just want to let people know something. Okay, we laugh at you. We sit down at the end of the night. Okay, me and the crew, we crack open some beers and, or like a nice bottle of wine. That's one of our favorite things to do. We get one of our favorite bottles of wine from a purveyor that we have to try. We sit down and we laugh at you. We literally talk about what a nuisance you are or whatever, and we all just laugh and crack up, whatever. So when you guys are just sitting there behind your keyboard, oh my God, we are sitting around cheersing and totally having a great time at your expense. So whatever. So this particular person, they came in, they did a here to go. They were prompted a time. They were sitting down at the bar and having drinks. So that allows us to have a little bit more flexibility. Also, mind you, there's also orders ahead of you, right? And when a place is
Things
busy,
that get phoned in or whatever.
right? Things get phoned in, Uber, this, that, and the other thing. I remember there was a miscommunication between the bartender and her because he was waiting for them to be finished with their drinks, and that because I had the food ready. But I don't like to box things up and have you sit and get it soggy and die in the box.
Yeah.
As soon as you're done having your cocktails and as soon as you're done waiting, give me the heads up. I'm going to box up so by the time you get home, it's still hot, still tastes good. It's more work for me, right? It's more work for me. And I do that because I want to give you a good product. And I do that because I want you to be happy instead of what other places do that they box up and just sit it on the side or pizza places that put pizza on top of the oven.
Yeah.
That drives me insane.
To tell you the truth, pizza, I mean, I know it's one of the food that everybody orders in, but there's nothing better than getting it straight out of the oven and having it sit right here, and I got to grab a slice now.
You got to get involved.
Right. So case in point, it's like, sure, if you call that in, I'm not going to put it in a box and wait for you to pick it up. And that's why I fight with Uber drivers too, because I'm like, listen, I don't box the food until you guys get here because I'm not going to have our hard work and my good products sitting in this cardboard box, steaming in a diaper. Okay. And then you're going to eat shit and then you're going to get upset and you're going to go and you're going to lose sleep and you got to write a whole thesis about it. And then whatever, instead of getting your lazy
you
ass.
made me choke on my food here.
Sorry.
Rino.
You all right?
I'm good.
Where's
I'm
Kevin?
good.
Do we need the Heimlich?
That's all good.
I don't know.
Hey, you know what? We got to take our first break.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're going to be here for a little while longer. We got some more topics and things to get through.
I'm ready.
I love you, brother. I mean, you are.
You know what's funny for all of this stuff about the hostility? There would be no reason for anybody to complain. That's the funniest part.
Everybody will find a reason.
If anything, it would be just exclusively raves.
You forgot the word reasonable.
Right.
There would be no reason for
This
a
pepper thing
reasonable
is,
person to
unbelievable.
complain because they do it all here. They've got the great bar, the great cocktail program, great wines, great food, great service, great hospitality. And if something is not to your liking, tell them about it at the time of service, and they will try to make it better.
Not try.
And
We're going to make it better.
Don't like paying $1 for filtered water from a machine that costs them money to service and rent every month, then you know what? Maybe this is not the place for you.
Are we taking a break?
Let's take a break.
We're going to touch on that point
I
after this
think people
commercial break. I can't wait to light it up.
I think people are lucky to get in here. That would be the way I would.
That's
I
the
would
way
approach it. They're
it's
just
turned
lucky
out.
to get in here. Yeah.
All right, let's take our first break. We'll be back with Rino Cerbone at Heritage after these words.
Hire this guy.
This is Grill at Meisner in Boca Raton, located at 404 Plaza Real. Since 1991, delicious modern American cuisine in a stylish yet casual setting. The outdoor patio and lively bar is the place to see and be seen at Meisner. It also features a sushi bar and a dry-aged steak program. Don't miss their long-term signature dishes like tomato parmesan breadsticks, radiatore pasta, and bacon-wrapped meatloaf. So good. Open daily with live music Wednesday through Saturday evenings and a great weekend brunch. For reservations and more information, go to maxsgrill.com. It's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. People come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. We're back on the Lunchbox, and we're lighting it up today with Rino Cerbone at Heritage Restaurant, and the reviews are in, Rino.
I love it.
I'm getting texts. Never mind the chat line and the comments on Let's Eat South Florida. I'm getting texts from, first of all, my Larry Marks, one of the original gangsters on Let's Eat, who is in the business. He says, Rino is my type of guy. I could definitely work there. I got my sister-in-law chiming in. The best show ever.
I love that.
All caps.
Oh, no doubt about it.
So,
Yeah,
Tracy, we're having as much fun as the audience out there is. Rino, and again, we see a house full of lunch guests. Everybody seems to be enjoying themselves. And Defo, what's your early review on?
Oh, you know what? I was looking very much forward to this. I mean, no one has been more melodious in singing the praises of Heritage.
Thank you.
one. You're like E.G. Marshall on the Defenders, the old law show, where anytime anybody says anything critical, you dive in there. And,
I have my favorites, and
but I want to say, I mean, honestly, I've eaten a zillion places. There are many Italian restaurants. I don't know if you want to qualify this as an Italian restaurant, but seems to me like it's
modern
largely
Italian American.
What am I serving? Ramen noodles?
Exactly. I mean, he got on my back. He said, "Oh my God, it's not an Italian restaurant."
I call it modern Italian
Mr.
American.
Pseudo-intellectual.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is an Italian freaking restaurant.
Okay.
Mayo.
All right.
And absolutely amazing. I mean,
I love that
beyond
stuff.
my
Sweet
wildest
pepper. That's so
expectations. Yeah.
freaking good.
Each dish has its own unique, flavors, and just you can tell a lot went into it. And we go to a lot of places, and you always appreciate the sophisticated approach that people have, the chefs, and how unique they are and innovative. As good as any place that we've been in South Florida, no doubt about it.
If I don't want to eat it, I'm not serving it.
Yeah,
I'm not giving it. It's got to be. It's got to be like
He
that.
stands by his food,
and something for everybody
and
too.
he'll stomp on your guts on your throat
if I have to.
If you're unfair about things. And I imagine, look, this is a human endeavor. I'm sure not every dish comes out perfectly every night. There are sometimes
I would say
some
98.7.
like my restaurant,
Because I'm a psycho.
I'm not always right. Just about 95%.
I think they have this down though. I mean, Reno's not letting anything get out of the kitchen. That isn't up to his
but
standards.
but here's the thing though. If again, it's about the approach. If something is not right, which has happened, and the person is cool about it, I will walk to the ends of the earth for you. There's nothing I won't do. Don't be an ass. It's real simple.
Right.
That should be your new motto.
Just don't be.
Yeah.
I try
listen,
to. Yeah.
Everything is good. It's just, you know what? But my crust, I wish my crust wasn't as cooked. No problem. You have 10 minutes? Let me make you another one. Because it's the approach.
And let me tell you, folks, because this is also the one more pet peeve. When he's touching the tables, or when the server is coming back, like after you first get your meal and you're starting in on it, and they says everything okay, you don't just nod and say it's fine, and then secretly think this sucks, it needs salt, it's overdone, blah blah blah. At that time, answer honestly. They're not they don't take offense. They want to make things right. And people seem to have a big fear that if they send something back, that somehow the kitchen is going to foul their dish. You haven't open kitchens here.
No.
Is this a misnomer among people?
Yes. Will you get bad mouthed along the way in a lot of kitchens? Probably. You'll have that cook that's just kind of like this, what are they now? Blah, 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 blah. But that's where it goes. I mean, that's it. But that's why I'm here all the time. I'm here all the time to not only make sure everything is perfect, but also to put out fires and make sure that a perfect product goes to the table, or else I would just be like every other chef owner and just open up, hire a staff, and I go gallivanting.
Right.
I've been here. I've missed 2 services. One of them was for my brother-in-law. He got nominated into a Hall of Fame, and another one was a family situation. That's it. Since 2021 when I opened.
2020, I thought.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's 2020.
It was
I don't miss
January of
anything.
2020. Yeah,
Because I'm a psycho.
Right.
I am a psycho. People want to. They're like, he's a psychopath.
But he's a good psycho. I mean, it's the psycho that you want on your side. Let's do another.
You got to do the bite, man.
Let's talk. I'm going to get to the next one here. This is the next one. But first, let's talk about. You know what? Let's go to this one since we're going to have a discussion about it, and I brought it up already. Hold on a second.
About the water?
Hold on a second. Here we go.
Because I can't wait.
Okay. This is going to be Reno reading a 2-star review from Nicola M. of North Miami Beach in October of 2022.
Food's fine. Very slow service. Pretty scenery. But my main problem was the disgusting filtered water. We were served water without asking and charged for the water. Nobody drank the water because it tastes sour. And I bet the toilet water tastes better. Oh, I remember this one.
And here is Reno's response, as read by Jeff DeForest.
Beauty, man. Then, like a dog, the toilet is precisely where you should drink from. I'm sure you'll love it.
Boom. Have you seen Fort Lauderdale water?
All of you.
Have you seen Fort Lauderdale water?
I have. I've smelled it. I've seen it. I've regrettably tasted it sometimes.
It's disgusting. Just like you. So here's the thing.
This filtered water tastes fine to me.
brought a machine, but let me tell you why I bought the filtered water. Number one, the restaurant is small, so bottled
and it's a
water.
Vero machine, right? Is it? Or is it?
I just switched it because Vero was a pain in the ass. I just switched it to Natura, which I like even better.
Okay.
The
Do they have
program is
sparkling
better
as well?
Look, it's got 3. I got ambient water, cold water, and sparkling.
Oh,
And
ambient or cold.
Yep.
Who says? I mean, this guy is.
But let me tell you why.
But this would be like the most minor of issues, I would think, to people that were eating.
For some people,
it's ridiculous.
Of a certain.
If you don't have $1, stay home. Stay home.
Drink
wine. If you don't have $1, stay home. If you can afford $1,
I'm sorry, Reno. All I've got is hundreds, and I can't even give you.
Then you're
$1.
gonna have a lot of water. You're gonna be drinking a lot of water.
I got one single in here.
There
for
it is
water.
for unlimited water. But let me tell you why I got the machine. I got the machine because
Fort Lauderdale tap water sucks.
It's disgusting. But let me go beyond that. Number one, the place is small, so to keep those big bottles of Aquapana, I lose space in the fridge. Okay, but also the main reason. Okay, the main reason that filtered water I use for my pasta and I use for my pizza dough. Okay, because I don't want you eating garbage. Fort Lauderdale water looks like all of Fort Lauderdale took a piss at the same time, and you drink it.
It's King Tides.
It's awful.
Yeah,
it's like everybody just stood around, take out your cups, unzip, and drink them. That's what it looks like. Okay, it is disgusting. It's yellow, and I like when people, especially the snarky ones, like, no, it's fine. We'll take Fort Lauderdale's finest. Well, then you're a scumbag. I'm sorry, you're gross. If you don't have $1 to drink good water, go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
And people complaining that it's just filtered tap water. No, it's filtered water that purifies things. And if you're going to complain about anything with filtered tap water, then complain about Dasani, which is basically Atlantic.
Complain about me giving you tap water. That's worse. That's me saying I don't care about you.
These same people will pay $10 for a bottle of water at a ball game.
Let's move on to another review that actually tackles a topic and a subject that I want people to understand about. Here we go. Here's a 1-star review from Penny, August 2022. Penny is from San Francisco.
Okay. Sadly, I have to make a reservation to get in this restaurant and have to leave a credit card. Ridiculous. Not going to do that.
She has to leave a credit card. She has to actually make a reservation. Hold on a second.
Oh, that's right.
Here's the reply as read by.
By the way, I have no problem with that. Chef Boneless, by the way, you leave a credit card, and if you don't show up for the reservation, they whack you. And
we're going to discuss
and you
that.
know
we'll tell you
it's well deserved.
Yeah, but first, the response to Penny from Reno.
I like the fact that he addresses her personally. Hey, Penny.
Oh yeah.
There's no parenthetical here, you asshole. How fitting of a name, since you probably are a cheapskate. Sadly for you and your family, you're an absolute idiot. Be an adult and learn how to plan accordingly. You're not welcome here. Nerd. I thought I was going to say never again. Heritage guest rating 1 star for being an imbecile and not even being a guest.
Yeah.
Not even being a guest. All right. This was somebody who was just put off by the whole notion of having to put down a credit card deposit to make a reservation.
Okay.
Please explain this for the fine folks who don't understand it.
So I don't care how big or small the restaurant is, whether it's a 300-seat restaurant or a 60-seat restaurant like mine, okay? It is rude when you make a reservation and we hold the table and we give you a 15, 20-minute window afterwards. It is rude when you decide not to show up, and it hurts our business because what happens is we reserve the table for you because Penny is supposed to be showing up. So we have the table ready, or even if the table's not ready and you have to wait an extra 5 minutes, whatever, or what have you. But what people like to do is they like to make blanket reservations. They'll make 3 reservations in one night.
Yeah.
Right.
And they'll just
People
pick.
do it, yeah.
So then the other 2 restaurants get screwed because now they're holding the table when they could have turned it another time.
And they just have no regard for
They have
others
no
to
regard.
cancel the other 2 that they're not using.
It's disrespectful. So I just started doing the credit card thing about a year ago, and it worked. And again, what it did was it just shows the people that really want to be here. They have no problem whatsoever.
And in your case, it's like a $25 per person hold?
You have up to, if you don't show up.
Right, without calling.
Right. It's $25 a head. I give you up to
3 or 4 hours?
No, I think it's 2 hours.
2 hours.
I give you up to 2 hours.
You understand there are emergencies. Kids get sick. People, they can't.
But you can still call.
And if you call, listen, and you know what? Like that's happened. You know what? I forgot to call. There was a situation. No problem, Ken or whatever your name is. We're going to refund you right now, man. Thank you for calling.
Right.
Thanks for calling and just be
courteous
gracious and be courteous. That's what it's all about.
And then hopefully they'll come back 2 weeks later, and
they
make
always
another
do.
reservation.
They always do. They always come back. It's just be
make it the first time.
An adult.
And you're absolutely right about. And again, I hate to harp on the Boca people, but I know people I personally know that there were people, relatives of mine, that would do that. They would make 4 different reservations. I'd be ashamed to be, the share blood with them, and they wouldn't call any of the others because what they do is they have these groups, and there's like 6 of them.
Right.
Oh no, I don't want steak tonight. I want the Italian, and they go to the
I would
Italian
think that would
place.
be more of an industry standard that you would be required to put down some kind of a, basically a deposit that, hey, I'm committed to coming.
You have up to 2 hours.
You have to commit yourself to leaving the table.
Yeah.
It's reasonable to give you 2 hours. All right, what's not? We've got to take one more break
Already?
We got to get out of here.
I know time is flying. And we got to say hi to our friends at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. We're going to be in there a week from Thursday. No, Thursday the 19th. I've lost track of time. 2 weeks from Thursday. Start of stone crab season. I can't believe it. Are you a stone crab fan, Reno?
Yeah.
You don't have to be.
I like the way it tastes. I don't like sitting there with a bib and a hammer.
I don't like paying $70 a pound for them, but I do love stone crabs.
It's more the mess. I get shrapnel in my eye. I'm like, this is a disaster.
Well, at Delaware Chicken and Seafood Farm, they will
break it for me.
They will break it for you.
Wow.
They will crack them.
I guess I am a prima
and then
donna.
you have about 6 to 10 hours of prime stone crab time after they're cracked, and they take great care of all their customers. 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, right across from the classic Seminole Casino. They got a big chicken on the roof. You can't miss it. I mean, they are known for their steaks. And they have great pork products, sausages they make in-house, turkey, chicken sausage. Of course, their poultry, turkeys for Thanksgiving. I've been going there over 30 years. It's unbelievably good, fresh, quality. Doug Carter and his crew take great care of everybody. Go to DelawareChicken.com for the latest, the daily offerings, the weekly specials. And, of course, they're known for the freshest of fish and seafood from Florida waters and also waters far away. Defo loves it there. And
it's a great spot, but I'm admiring this Aperol Spritz that this young lady has.
You want one?
She's ready.
Delicious.
No, I'm
get
good.
the man
I'm good.
and
get a little drunk.
No mas, as they say. Yeah.
Let's take our final break, and then we'll come back with Reno and talk a little bit more, and then we'll get out of here. We're doing overtime today.
Hey, listen, I love it.
Want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting? Have I got the place for you? Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria.